What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Darth News thing that I do. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Who Gives a Fuck? Who Gives a Fuck? What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Who Gives a Shit fucking fuck my asshole and my mother's... Cut that out.
I don't think he's holding up. It's like he's not really the juice anymore.
Whatever happens inside there today, neither of us says a word to anyone.
I am going to have someone else do a 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 balls, a 40 ball. I'm gonna have somebody do at least a 32 ball of cocaine, then I'm gonna drink their blood. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm not doing super well.
Today's gonna be a good video.
I don't know why, but today seems like it's gonna be a great day. There's something in the air that makes me feel like things are gonna go my way.
Here's another fucking lesson for you, fucking bitch!
What the fuck is this?
Here's another fucking lesson!
I have a friend who's also an influencer on YouTube, and he told me the secret to be a YouTuber is just keep and consistency. So that's why he keep, every single day he takes about like half an hour to take a video and then upload it.
Anyways,
and then upload it on YouTube, and that's the reason why he got like 1,000 followers in a month.
at least.
Yeah, so I believe that this is absolutely the secret to be a YouTuber, or maybe you would like to be a content creator. I believe this is the success.
I have transformed myself into something dark.
I'm such a homosexual.
It's not like I have some romantic notion about how I'm suffering because my parents, people for that matter, don't understand me. I mean, so what? Who understands anybody really? Who wants to? It's hard enough trying to understand yourself, you know. We just don't fit. It happens.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of This Ain't the News. No fucking shit. It's obviously not the news. It is Darth News. If you want your own piece of merch, you can get that shit in the description. Because I'm demonetized. I make no money from this, okay?
This video has no sponsor because it's sponsored by me.
Cringe. But if you want, fuck, I want to kill myself.
Newsflash, I'm still trash. Some pills should have killed my ass.
Anyways, it's been a while since I've actually had a conversation with my phone. I usually don't talk to myself in the camera anymore because I've been busy. You know, it's a lot easier to produce these new yeah. It's been a while for my OG subscribers. To the people who remember the days when I used to actually talk to myself. Well, I'm talking to myself again. For you. For the people who used to give a shit about me. This is getting really cringe. Hey, welcome to the shit show. It can only get worse from here. That's all I'm saying.
I care about people now so much for no reason. Really, truly. I look at people and I go, I care about them. And I want them to be okay. And that's destroying me. You know, worrying about other people is absolutely undoing me.
I am so thankful for you, Arthur.
Shut up, cunt. Whoa, Arthur.
Yeah, so the reason why I've been absent from speaking on camera and giving you those old school Darth News videos is because I've been busy preparing to be a father. All right? I'm about to be a dad. That's right. DAD. I know what so many of you were thinking. He's gonna have a fucking child? What?
It's possible I'm still in shock. I'm gonna go to my room and process what just happened. Thank you.
My wife, all right, she's now 8 months pregnant. And we just moved into a new home. And you're looking at it. That's right. This is well, this is not permanent, okay? But this is the beginning stages of something beautiful. This is the new studio for the Darth News YouTube channel. It's going to get better. Okay, it's going to get better. But the point is, I'm in a completely different state. I'm in a completely different home for the first time in the last 4 years. And it has been 4 years that I have spent building this channel in one location. And now I'm at a new location and no one cares. Why am I even? Hey, today's video is sponsored by nobody but the only one that matters, Jesus Christ. That's right. You can pick up your own fucking Bible today wherever books are sold. I recommend you pick up your Bible because the end times are coming. Speaking of end times, it seems to be pretty clear to me that the times are getting bad, you know, because
a massive child sex sting operation that led to the arrest of a San Jose fire captain, which we were first reported last week. Officers in Operation Spring Cleaning arrested 24 people over 3 days last month, most in the Sacramento area. The suspects range in age from their early 20s to 70 years old. Those suspects include San Jose Fire Department Captain Spencer Parker. He's no longer with the department, but he was when he was arrested on April 1st. Others who were arrested in the sting include a postal worker and a Sunday school teacher.
This was 3 days. This stuff goes on 24/7, 365, and that's the big issue. People meet up with kids, they contact them on social media platforms, ask for pictures, and then meet up with them and engage in sexual activities with these children. It goes on a daily basis.
Sheriff Cooper calls on parents to take charge and pay close attention to what their children are doing online.
And I'm just like, what the fuck did you just fucking say? What did you say? What?
Hey! What are you doing?
You're fulfilling your destiny, Anakin.
The ring was made in the fires of Mount.
So when the time comes,
Thou can be unmade.
boy must die.
You shall be known as Darth Vader.
You have failed me for the last time.
Thank you for your attention.
If I'm successful with this project, I shall do something a little more adventurous.
6 hours later.
Yeah. Why don't you come cover it?
Really?
Come cover the meeting.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Come cover the meeting.
Absolutely.
I think it's a good idea.
I think so too. Can
you
I
want to
come?
get some footage, right?
Yeah, please.
You're going to meet a lot of
amazing.
interesting people.
Thank you so much.
You know-
It's a beautiful. What are you doing?
Remember when Ethan Klein was skinny? No, wow. No, I'm just as I'm just as shocked as you are. Do you ever just like feel the urge to tell the person standing next to you to shut the fuck up? Like, even if they're not talking? Yeah. I mean, like, I know I'm immature, but I'm mature. All right. I'm mature, but I'm not like mature. Like, I still use righty-tighty, lefty-loosey to figure shit out. And I still always want to be first to press the elevator button. I still eat my string cheese with a juice box. I also still know how to tie my shoes properly. or file my taxes or my toes for that matter. But I'm a dad, you know, I'm a father. So I'm mature enough. Honestly, I wish I was 14 again so I could ruin my life differently. I got a lot of ideas. But to be honest, it's actually worse when the voices in my head go quiet, because then I never really know what they're planning. And those motherfuckers are mischievous. By the way, shout out to all of the plants growing through the concrete on the sidewalks. I see you. And I want to say, hell yeah. Look, here's the deal. I'm the person that is the voice for the voiceless. I try to expose the truth when it is being suppressed and hidden and shadow banned. I try to bring light
to the darkness.
But whenever somebody stands up and speaks truth to power, it only ends one way. It only ever ends one way. You know what way that is? I'll give you a hint. It's one word. Suicide. What? What did you say? What did you say?
I'm gonna keep it going. You are a Quasimodo body bitch. You got a can't even shop at Forever 21 for your clothes body bitch.
Bro, there's people out there who still believe that Kyle Rittenhouse killed black people.
You like to get us killed.
All right, we're back. That's right, the OG Darth that you all grew up watching and loved so much and miss even more is back.
What I need to know is, all that racist, homophobic talk that you used to be known for, has that changed at all?
Learned a lot of lessons and shit. I'm pretty much, in a lot of ways, a brand new man. But yeah, that stuff is still all the same.
I probably should not have come out of retirement, but here I am. Fucking cringe. Anyways, what? Did I change my outfit? In my background? I mean, what? No, I mean, well, like...
The question, did that happen, begs the question, what do you mean by happen? Because when you are dealing with fundamental realities and you pose a question, you have to understand that the reality of the concepts of your question, when you're digging that deep, are just as questionable as what you're questioning.
I can't be the only guy out there who viciously masturbates 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times in a row, back to back to back to back with no lube. You stroke your dick so hard and so long that you rubbed it raw to the bone. You know what I'm saying? It blows up like a balloon. It's like giving your arm an Indian burn, but it's your dick. Am I the only guy that does that? Really?
Men who do this, I need to talk to you.
I don't want to take it there, but I got to take it there. Truckers, I love you. You know, you are the vascular system of this American economy. You make shit keep moving and grooving. You know what I mean? Like, truckers do not get nearly enough credit, or maybe they do. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the news. But as much as I love and respect the truckers, I gotta ask. If there's any truckers watching my videos, I need to ask, specifically this one, because I need you to respond to the comments. Why the fuck do you feel the need? Like, and when I say you, I do mean like you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to all of you. I'm talking to every single last motherfucking one of you. Why do you feel the need when it's fucking raining, or when it's snowing, or when it's just a nice day? Why do you feel the need to pass other trucks in a 2-lane freeway? That should be against the fucking rules. There should be some kind of citation for that. Because whenever I'm about to pass 2 trucks that are in the slow lane and I'm in the fast lane, for whatever fucking reason, the one behind feels compelled to just cut me off right before. Right? I mean, there's no one behind me. They didn't even want to wait. You know what I mean? They just fucking cut me off and try to pass that other truck. And it takes 15 minutes for these motherfuckers to pass. Why? Do you think you're getting there any faster? You're not. I understand if it's a 3-lane or a 4-lane highway freeway, but if it is a 2-lane, do not fucking get in the fast lane to pass a slower truck because you're all slow. And all you're doing is holding up everyone with a real life, no offense, but your job is just to get from A to B. All right, that was inconsiderate, I'm sorry. But not really. Like, I understand you all have the right to pass whoever you want, you know? But why do you always do it right when I'm coming up? And you see me. I know you got big ass mirrors. I know you see me. Why do you do it? Why do you do it? And why do you take so long to pass? Like, it doesn't make any sense, especially when it's raining. Dude, like, there's nothing I hate more than being behind 2 semi-trucks, 2 big rigs when it's downpouring. I can't see shit. It's like nerve-wracking. It's anxiety-inducing. Like, I hate that shit. Why do you do it? Please, truckers, tell me why. And then whatever your answer is, just stop doing it. Because I don't even care actually what your answer is, because it's bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. There's zero road etiquette happening when you do that shit. And it makes people not like you. I get it. You're going to the border and you're going to Canada, and I get it. And I support it. I'm just saying. Chill the fuck out, man. You're driving, I get it. You gotta get to places, but stop it. Anyways, I think it's time that we move on to another topic. Like,
hey Darth, it's me, Applejack. Just
what?
wondering why you've been neglecting us for the last 2 years. And we're starting to think that you don't believe in us anymore. Like you don't think we're real or something. Yeah, Darth, I'm a real boy. You gotta believe me, Darth. I'm a real boy with a real penis, and it's nice and it's juicy and girthy, and it's everyone loves it, and it's real popular around the kids.
Just stop.
I think Darth is embarrassed. I think he's afraid to be seen in public with us. He's ashamed to call us his friends. Yeah, well, we're not your friend anymore, Darth. Yeah, we're not your friend anymore, Darth. Fuck you, Darth.
Just stop. Okay, have you guys seen the movie Toy Story?
Toy Story, right? No, not ringing any bells. Don't think I've seen that one. Is that the one with the anal beads? No, Tina, he's not talking about the naughty movies. Unless you want to spank one out real quick. No, I'm okay. Yeah, anyway, sorry, Darth. Don't think we've seen the movie.
Fucking really? Okay, well, fucking watch it. All right?
Yeah, you're starting to lose me, Darth.
Tina, you're like Woody.
Yeah, well, fuck you, Darth. You're just a mean asshole. You're just always an asshole.
And Applejack, you're like Bud, Mr. Potato Head. And I'm Andy.
Yeah, that's really fucking weird, Darth.
And I've grown up. I just don't give a fuck about imaginary stuffed animals anymore. You're not something I fucking care about anymore. And I know that's hard to take. It's a hard pill to swallow, especially if it's a big pill. Like my wife, she was taking these prenatals. I tried taking one because I'm not a bitch. I almost died. I almost fucking died. I choked on, I spit it up. Oh my, I couldn't breathe. It like got stuck in the fucking, right in the, no. If it's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. That's all I'm saying. And I know that doesn't make sense, but who gives a fuck if it makes sense?
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get!
Bitch, I'm a savage! I'm a fucking savage, bitch.
I really want to just like break shit, but I'm not rich, so I can't afford to break anything, actually. Speaking of afford, there's people recently, no offense if you're watching this and you know who you are, asking me for money. Like literally, like they're going onto my Cash App and they're requesting money from me. Like, help a brother out. And it's like, no, I'm not sending you $40, $100 or whatever. People have been en masse requesting money from me. And I don't know if this is like a big troll. Look, guys, I don't make a lot of money. I'm not a rich person, okay? I make ends meet.
I don't tell you what to do with your money. Don't fucking tell me what to do with mine, okay?
This is my hobby. I'm demonetized. I don't have a sponsor. Anyway, I don't do this for money, you know? I do this because I enjoy it. I love it.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Get away from me.
I fucking love it. I want to have sex with. I jerk off thinking about this moment right now all the time. Actually, I jerk off 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times a day thinking about this. This is what I beat my meat raw to.
You sat there and watched it fucking happen. And you jerked off. He sat there and let it happen and got off on it.
Because I'm a raging narcissist. We were way off topic. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Stop asking me for money. My Cash App exists for the sole purpose of donations. Okay, I don't send people money for my Darth News Cash App. That is like a donation. Like if you like what I'm doing and you feel like if you want to donate 50 cents or $1 or $5 or whatever it is, some of you much more, and I love you for it. That's what it's there for, but it's not there for you to request money from me. And I think that's a little bit rude. I think you're a little bit jaded, and I think you're maybe misguided in life. Like, this is a one-man show. I don't know how many times I gotta fucking say this. It's a one-man show. It's all just me. Fucking me. That's it. I don't have a producer. I don't have an editor.
And I make nothing. Zero. Zilch.
You are my producers. This is what I'm saying. Y'all, all of you who donate and don't ask for money are the reason this show exists and continues to exist. I don't get a lot of views. I don't get a lot of likes. I don't give a shit. You know, can you just keep it still for 5 fucking minutes? Please keep it still.
Why do you gotta be so mean, Darth? You're always hurting my feelings.
For fuck's sake, this is not a rehearsal. We are doing this for real. We are live. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't have any money and I'm about to be a dad. Look, the fact that I have mentioned many times that my wife is 8 months pregnant and I just invested in a house and a lot of other things that are important, much more important than this fucking channel. And the fact that I produce, hours of content on a weekly basis for free.
And I make nothing.
You'd think that maybe when I say, hey, please support this content by going to any of these links, it would mean
buzz the fuck off.
Not to ask me for money. That's what that should mean. You would think it would go through your fucking brain that, hey, maybe it's kind of a douchebag move to request money. Like, I'm not rich, dude. I'm not rich.
Why don't you shut the fuck up?
All right, I live in a comfortable home, finally, with someone I love, and I'm about to have a daughter in just like 3 weeks. It's like, chill. I'm not giving you money. I can't afford that. It's not that kind of channel. I'm not Mr. Beast. So please stop with the... It's not a good look. I know me begging for money isn't a good look either, but I'm not begging. I'm just letting the people know.
Y'all can't even see solid gold when I'm shitting it right in front of you. Y'all just piss me off. No wonder your fucking numbers are down. You think you can ship me off to paradise? Make me sing by a pool all motherfucking day, getting a suntan, drinking pina coladas for free, living in a penthouse? Huh? No. I'm an international known talent. I deserve more than that. You haven't seen the last of me.
I mean, you're our uncle. I'm assuming we're going to hear from you again.
You damn right you will.
Regardless, that's not important. The important thing is you don't chop off your dick due to peer pressure. Because once you do it, well, it's really one of those things where there's no going back, is there? Did I mention that I'm a savage?
I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage!
What's next? What is next?
What's next?
I need another project. I gotta know what's next, because I deserve it all, man.
What's next? I gotta get it. I'm not gonna stay fucking down. I'm not gonna stay fucking lying down. I'm not. I can't do that, man. I can't do that. What's next? Give me something else. What can't you do? I can do it. I can do anything.
I'll suck any black dude's dick. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'll sell my soul. Fuck it, dude. Fuck my family. I don't need them. I need that dick. I need that money. I need that fucking Range Rover. Shit. Yeah, okay.
What the fuck is this?
For real, though. There's no more fucking around. All right, we're getting down to brass tacks. Look, I know that we've all been focused on the explosion of anti-Semitism and Jew hate and the Holocaust deniers. I know we've been so consumed with anti-Semitism recently that there's no way we could possibly pay attention to anything else. But apparently, amidst all of the anti-Semites, anti-Semitic shit, I don't have a script. I don't have a script. I should have a script. Lots of people say I should have a script, but I just don't. I don't want to be that prepared, because then I just get in the weeds.
I don't want to work. I just want to bang on this mug all day.
Did you ask me here for any specific reason?
But look, I understand that Jew hate and all that shit is on the rise. Okay, I get that. But
no, Mr. Netanyahu, it is not anti-Semitic or pro-Hamas to point out that in a little over 6 months, your extremist government has killed 34,000 Palestinians and wounded more than 78,000, 70% of whom are women and children. It is not anti-Semitic to point out that your bombing has completely destroyed more than 221,000 housing units in Gaza, leaving more than 1 million people homeless, almost half the population. It is not anti-Semitic to note that your government has obliterated Gaza's civilian infrastructure, electricity, water, and sewage. It is not anti-Semitic to realize that your government has annihilated Gaza's healthcare system, knocking 26 hospitals out of service and killing more than 400 healthcare workers. It is not anti-Semitic to condemn your government's destruction of all of Gaza's 12 universities and 56 of its schools, with hundreds more damaged, leaving 625,000 students with no educational opportunities. It is not anti-Semitic to agree with virtually every humanitarian organization in saying that your government, in violation of American law, has unreasonably blocked humanitarian aid coming into Gaza, creating the conditions in which so many thousands of children face malnutrition and famine. Mr. Netanyahu, anti-Semitism is a vile and disgusting form of bigotry that has done unspeakable harm to many millions of people. But please, do not insult the intelligence of the American people by attempting to distract us from the immoral and illegal war policies of your extremist and racist government. Do not use anti-Semitism to deflect attention from the criminal indictment you are facing in the Israeli courts. It is not anti-Semitic to hold you accountable for your actions.
But I also can't believe, during all this Jew hate, that the current president of the United States of America literally claimed that his uncle, Ambrose Finnegan, became lunch after being shot down over Papua New Guinea during World War II. And people just shrugged and were like, okay, whatever, and they just fucking carried on with their day. Like, he was talking to a lot of people, and he told them that his uncle was shot down in a helicopter over Papua New Guinea and didn't survive because of the cannibals, insinuating that his uncle was eaten by cannibals. So why wasn't this major news? Why wasn't everybody, every journalist in the room like, whoa, this is a good story. This is juicy. Damn, this is definitely rare. Not medium. This is rare. Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. No one gave a fuck. No one gave a fuck. No one cared. Do you know why nobody cared? Because they knew it was fucking bullshit. Just like this broken microphone, which has a other microphone attached to it. So yeah, oh, you got me. I'm such a fucking faker. Look, the microphone did work at one time. I mean, it does work. I just don't have the cord, to be honest. It's the cord. No, I've never had sex with a Jewish person. Does that make me an anti-Semite?
When I heard we were going to pass a bill that was going to define anti-Semitism, I got kind of encouraged because I've seen it defined 1,000 different ways, but then I go into this bill and I see there's actually no definition of anti-Semitism here. Mr. Fry, why? I know it says it adopts the IHRA definition, but why not just put that definition in the legislation?
You know, I'm not the chief sponsor of the bill. I'm a co-sponsor of it. I think the reference, and I think you see this in other laws, certainly in my experience, that they reference certain things. So the reference, I think, suffices in my opinion. But I think the definition plus the examples that they give out pretty clearly gives, I think, some guidance to the Department of Education to look at this issue when they're examining complaints that are happening on college campuses.
So are the examples incorporated into this bill as well?
I believe so, but I may be I'm speaking off the top of my head. I believe so, yes.
So, because the definition, I mean, I think it would behoove us to actually put the definition in the bill. I don't know why you wouldn't stick it in there. It's, I think it's one sentence long if I found the definition itself on the website correctly. And then there are a lot of examples, which I suspect could change over time. And I actually agree with Ranking Member Nadler that some of these examples may be anti-Semitism, but they may not be in a different context. They're just not clear enough without the context around each of those examples. And yes, Mr. Nadler, would you like to speak to that?
That is why the chief author of the IHRA definition, Ken Stern, said don't codify it.
Does it make me anti-Semitic if I say I would never fuck a Jewish person? Uh-oh, I'm so sorry. I would never fuck anyone, actually, other than my wife, because that's how I roll, so.
Some cocksucker, some fucking cocksucker, Congressman calls to bomb Gaza like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Tim Wahlberg, Tim Dickhead, Tim Scumbag, Tim fucking prick, Tim murderous scumbag piece of garbage. Rather than provide humanitarian aid to Gaza, the U.S. should ensure it is subjected to atomic bombing the way Nagasaki and Hiroshima were at the end of the Second World War. Republican congressman said in remarks, "Get it over quick. Look at this little piece of fucking scum. Look at this little piece of fucking shit. No outrage." You say last week the state of Texas enacted a law requiring all state schools from pre-K to graduate to punish speech deemed by officials to be anti-Semitic. You mean official pieces of crap?
Yes.
What officials are you talking about, Judge? You mean some bureaucratic little lowlife jerk that can't get a job in the real world, that sucks into the political system and then becomes the most arrogant people when they tell you what to do? Are those the officials you're talking about?
Yes. Yes.
Let's get this straight, everybody. The people running Israel are not Semites. Let's just start with that. They're Ashkenazi Jews from northeastern parts beyond Turkey back in the day. Semites are people from the Mesopotamia region, like the Palestinians.
Like the ones the Israelis are slaughtering.
That's right. They're the Semites. I keep hearing this word, and I gotta tell you, you mentioned that guy Herzog before, the president of Israel. He said, God gave us this land. And I'd say to him, hey, what if I don't believe in your God? Could you handle that? Could you handle that? Oh no, I gotta believe in your God. And you know why I have to believe in their God? Because, quote, we're the chosen people. You're just a piece of crap.
You know, this is a dangerous strain in American politics, Gerald. There are Christian nationalists. They are almost all Republicans. They are almost all conservatives. They are, to a person, Protestants. They believe the same nonsense. And one of them is third in line to the presidency of the United States, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. He embraces this ideology that the God the Father gave the present-day Israeli government jurisdiction over greater Israel from the river to the sea. They actually believe this. This is one of the reasons why, when the Biden administration approves whatever, I forget the number was, you cited it earlier, in weaponry, they can bypass Congress because they know it will pass Congress if they go there, and they know they'll be, except for somebody like Kucinich or Thomas Massey or Rand Paul, nobody's going to object.
Some guy sends me this letter. I find it very difficult to listen to your broadcast because of your cuss words. No, cuss words? Cuss words? What are you, still in fucking kindergarten? Get it in your head. When somebody's trying to kill you, it's not cuss words, it's proper language. When someone's stealing all your fucking money to give it to the military-industrial complex to slaughter innocent Palestinians, it's proper language when you say, I had enough of your fucking shit.
Why does Israel need our help? We need to get out of their way. I mean, we interfere with them. We interfere with them when they deal with their borders, when they want to have peace treaties. We tell them what they can do because we buy their allegiance and they sacrifice their sovereignty to us. And then they decide they want to bomb something. That's their business, but they should, suffer the consequences. When they bombed the Iraqi missile site, nuclear site back in the 80s, I was one of the few in Congress that said it's none of our business and Israel should take care of themselves. Israel has 200, 300 nuclear missiles and they can take care of themselves. Why should we commit? We don't even have a treaty with Israel. Why do we have this automatic commitment that we're going to send our kids and send our money endlessly to Israel? So I think they're quite capable of taking care of themselves. I think we do detriment. Just think of all the money we gave to Egypt over 30 or 40 years. Now look, we were buying friendship. Now there's a civil war. They're less friendly to Israel. That whole thing is going to backfire once we go bankrupt and we remove our troops. So I think we should be very cautious in our willingness to go to war and send troops without a proper declaration by the U.S. Congress.
Do you think there will be another revolution that affects the world as much as the agricultural revolution did?
Yeah, we are living in the midst of one, and this is the AI revolution. In the agricultural revolution, what happened is that humans learned to control other animals and plants. And now we are creating something, AI, that might control us in the same way that we previously controlled the cows.
Anyways, we're gonna go ahead. Oh shit, on my stick. All right, so we're gonna. Oh no, fucking. That's not good. That was not good. Fuck. Oh, I broke character. Shit. I broke character. That's right. Yep, you heard it. You heard it here first. Ah, fucked it, didn't I? Oh, I did. Shit. Right, all right. So we're going to go ahead and read some actual news stories, a few headlines in the works, and that's about all we're going to do for now. Yeah, I've been exposed. All right, so what we're going to do now is go ahead and read some headlines. But that's about all we're going to do, is just read the headlines. It doesn't matter what source they're from, what media outlets they're from. It doesn't fucking matter, all right? What matters is that we found a way to stop focusing on how bad this accent is. What we're going to do from here on out is read the news. Why? Okay, so for our first... All right, for our first headline, apparently Biden just told everyone that little kids give him the finger, like often. Like it happens all the time. Like when he's driving down the streets during the fucking parades and shit, and the gay parades, mostly the gay parades. Again, there's no script, okay? Just
Here's the secret. There are two things that you have to do. One of them is to not stop, and the other one is to keep going. But when you get there, you'll find out that it's still tough.
Joe Biden says that little kids give him the finger all the time. He says it happens all the time. When he's driving down the streets, going to Dairy Queen, getting his ice cream cone, trying to fucking, sniff kids and things. Those kids, oh, they don't like being sniffed. Nope, not anymore. No, see, they wised up. Now they're like, fuck you, Joe Biden. Fuck you. But he says it as if it's like, shame on the kids. The way he says it is like, wow, these kids are so disrespectful. In my day, they would never. Well, in your day, no one like you would ever have been president. I mean, they're all pretty bad, except for the ones, they got Kennedy, Adams, like this, but there wouldn't have been a president like you, ever. You are a puppet. Joe Biden is a puppet. And when I say puppet, I mean that in the most literal sense of the definition. Like he's a puppet.
I've never thought I'd see a time when I'm going through a neighborhood or a rural town in the West or something and see big signs that have a Trump sign in the middle that says F. Biden, and having a little kid standing with his middle finger, 7 years old, 8 years old. Well, I promise it happens all the time.
It's Weekend at Bernie's. All right? He's dead. There is something animating his corpse.
Hey there, mailman Fred. Any letters for my ex-wife or the kids? No? Fantastic news!
And somehow he manages to say a few words in the right order for short periods of time. Somehow. But, it's not important. All right, what is important is that Jewish students right now are being urged to leave Columbia University for their safety and for the rest of the Ivy League schools. Like they're all worried about Palestinian drag queens wearing a suicide vest and blowing up a classroom is what they're
Dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do.
If outright lies are a sign of a movement in desperation, then the pro-Zionist movement might be cooked. As you know, for months, the media has been working in overdrive to downplay atrocities committed by Israel against Palestinians, while credulously endorsing unsubstantiated and since disproven stories about, say, 40 beheaded babies, mass rapes on October 7th, and Hamas headquarters under now destroyed hospitals. A leaked New York Times internal memo revealed that journalists are discouraged from using the words genocide, ethnic cleansing, occupied territory, refugee camps, or even the word Palestine at the New York Times.
What's happening on America's college campuses is horrific. Anti-Semitic mobs have taken over leading universities. They call for the annihilation of Israel. It's unconscionable. It has to be stopped. It has to be condemned, and condemned unequivocally.
When Netanyahu demanded that the protests against Israel be stopped, the U.S. government complied because our members of Congress have all been bought and paid for with tax dollars given to the American Israeli Political Action Committee, known as AIPAC. AIPAC openly brags about this on their official website because they don't have to register under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, which requires agents of foreign principals to register and provide transparency. Beginning in 1962, they were known as the American Zionist Council, and President John F. Kennedy was ordering them to register as a foreign agent. Along with members of the U.S. government, the Zionists fought against this. In October of 1963, forms were prepared for them to register, but the next month, JFK was assassinated, and Israel has never been asked to register since. 4 years later, Israel attacked the USS Liberty, killing dozens of Americans and injuring over 100. The U.S. government helped them cover it up as an accident. On the day of 9/11, 5 Israelis who were seen photographing the collapse of the Twin Towers and celebrating were arrested and detained for several weeks. In documents later released by FOIA requests, the FBI redacted their faces in pictures where they were posing in front of the burning towers and described them as being happy and jovial. One of them stated, "Israel now has hope that the world will understand us." The end of the declassified document asks if they had foreknowledge of the event and were there to film it, and the answer was redacted. As soon as they were released, they returned to Israel and went on television, where they confirmed that the answer was yes.
The fact of the matter is, we are coming from a country that experiences terror daily. Our purpose was to document the event.
The dancing Israelis had fake student IDs, and several accounts of suspicious Israeli art students were reported to be infiltrating government buildings. Over 100 of these Israeli art students were arrested. Fox News reported that these art students served in military intelligence and explosive ordnance units.
The majority of those questioned, quote, stated they served in military intelligence, electronic surveillance intercept, and/or explosive ordnance units.
In March of 2000, several of these Mossad art students were living in the World Trade Center as part of the World Views Artist in Residence program. They occupied floors 90 and 91, where walls were unfinished and structural beams were exposed. A member of this group of artists, Hanan Sarfati, was arrested by the DEA as part of the Israeli spy ring, but the identities of an additional 14 Israelis who were with him have never been released to the public. These Israeli artists were sharing the space with a group of Austrian artists known as Gelatin, who were working on a project called The Bee Thing that involved removing windows on the 91st floor of the North Tower. A small balcony was constructed for people to stand on while photographs were taken by a helicopter. Another group called E-Team managed the helicopter with the designation number N666LH. This helicopter was to be in an art exhibit memorializing this project, scheduled for September 11th, 2001. In March of 2001, E-Team had an art project called 127 Windows. Officially, they were going to write their name on the exterior of the tower. They had an artist's rendering of what the project was supposed to look like, but it never appears to have happened. And on 9/11, American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the exact spot where they were supposedly preparing to do this. In 2001, Gelatin published a book on the project and described it as conspiratorial work. It includes a drawing of someone falling headfirst from the 91st floor with the words 300 meters of pure pleasure. Gelatin was originally spelled the same as the explosive, but was officially changed in 2005. And the 9/11 Commission report does not mention Gelatin, E-Team, or any of the Israeli Mossad art students. In 2021, the commander of Israeli intelligence published a book on designing a special machine that would resolve what he described as a human bottleneck for locating and approving targets in war. A recent investigation by Plus 972 magazine and Local Call reveals that the Israeli army has developed an artificial intelligence-based program known as Lavender, which does exactly that. According to 6 Israeli intelligence officers with first-hand experience, the Lavender AI machine determined who to kill and was obeyed with military discipline. During the first weeks of the war, the Lavender system designated about 37,000 Palestinians as targets and directed airstrikes on their homes. Despite knowing that the system makes errors about 10% of the time, there was no requirement to check the machine's data. The Israeli army systematically attacked the targeted individuals at night, in their homes, while their whole family was present. An automated system known as Where's Daddy was used to track the targeted individuals and carry out bombings when they entered their families' residences. The obvious result was that thousands of women and children were wiped out by Israeli airstrikes. According to these Israeli intelligence officers, the IDF bombed them in homes as a first option, and on several occasions, entire families were murdered when the actual target was not inside. In one instance, 4 buildings were destroyed along with everyone inside because a single target was in one of them. When it came to targets marked as low level by the AI Lavender system, cheaper bombs were used, which destroyed entire buildings, killing mostly civilians and entire families. This was done because the IDF did not want to waste expensive bombs on who they deemed as unimportant people. It was decided that for every low-level Hamas operative that Lavender marked, it was permissible to kill up to 15 or 20 civilians. And if the target was a senior Hamas official, more than 100 civilians was acceptable. Most of these AI targets were never tracked before the war. The Lavender software analyzed information collected on the 2.3 million residents of the Gaza Strip through a system of mass surveillance, assessed the likelihood of each person being a militant, and gave a rating from 1 to 100. If the rating was high enough, then they were killed along with their entire family. Lavender flagged individuals who had patterns similar to Hamas, including police, civil defense, relatives, and residents who had similar names and nicknames. This sort of tracking system has existed in the US for years.
What I will be providing you and the fine gentleman of the Secret Service is a list of every threat made about the president since February 3rd, and a profile of every threat maker.
How is this all possible?
Keyword selectors. Attack, take out, Bush. So think of it as a Google search, except instead of searching only what people make public, we're also looking at everything they don't. So emails, chats, SMS, whatever.
Yeah, but which people?
The whole kingdom, Snow White.
And while many people claim that Israel controls the U.S., Joe Biden said that Israel serves U.S. interests.
There's no apology to be made. None. It is the best $3 billion investment we make. Were there not an Israel, the United States of America would have to invent an Israel to protect her interests in the region. The United States would have to go out and invent an Israel.
You get it, right?
Right?
Absolutely. I mean,
well, what I don't get is how Germany is now going to fine your ass $10,000 fucking dollars for misgendering and allowing parents to pick their child's sex at birth. That's right. Yeah. Apparently, you can now just pick your kid's sex. Oh, it's a boy. That's a girl. Yeah, let's see how well that's going to go through their mental development. Imagine having a boy in Germany and just making the executive decision to be like, no, you're a girl. And then once they go through puberty and realize that they want to fuck girls, but you've already chemically castrated them, it's too late. You can't buy cigarettes, a vape, alcohol, a gun. You can't get a tattoo. You can't pierce your fucking ears. Do you know why? Because you're too young to make a consenting decision, an informed consenting decision, not a pressured or manipulated or brainwashed or groomed, an actual independent decision. Germany is now going to fine you $10,000 if you misgender someone's child.
Where's my son?
Well, would you rather have a trans child or a dead child?
Where is my son?
Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong. Or any of the genders switching identity.
They're allowing parents to pick their kid's gender and raise them as they see fit, with no regard to their psychological, emotional, or spiritual well-being. Fuck that. Who cares about that? Nobody. Apparently. This world's fucked. Let's go ahead and look at some other news stories. Thank God. A good story. Wow. Apparently, a Good Samaritan just tried to stop a carjacking and ended up dying as a result. Let me take that back. It's a good. It's not a good story. I mean, is it good? I don't know. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. But this Good Samaritan, tried to stop a carjacking and ended up dying as a result. And that's horrifying. I'm not going to read the story because I probably should show him some respect.
If you wanted to do so.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh my God.
Anyways, in other news, apparently the Olympics is also satanic, obviously, and the Olympics are around the corner, so we've now got a official ceremonial satanic pagan prayer and praise to Apollo and Zeus. Let's go ahead and watch this. You know, hold on, pause. As a kid, this would have went right over my head. As a grown-up, and with the fucking arsenal of information that I now obtain, I see this in a whole new light.
Ιερά σιωπή, να ηχήσει όλος ο αιθέρας, η γη, η θάλασσα και οι πνοές των ανέμων, όροι και τέμπη, σιγήστε, ήχοι και φωνές πουλιών, παύσατε, γιατί μέλη να μας συντροφεύσει ο φίβος, ο φωσφόρος βασιλεύς. Απόλλωνα, Θεέ του ήλιου και της ιδέας του φωτός, έστειλες τις ακτίνες σου και άναψες την ιερή δάδα για τη φιλόξενη πόλη του Παρισιού. Και εσύ, Δία, χάρισε ειρήνη σ' όλους τους λαούς της γης και στεφάνωσε τους νικητές του ιερού αγώνα.
I feel lost.
Lost? What do you mean?
All right, so unless you've been living under a rock, a transgender Canadian military chaplain was suspended for sexual groping comment. Didn't actually sexually grope someone, he just said it. But look, you know, I really wish this kind of stuff came as more of a surprise to me at this point in time, but it just doesn't, you know, especially when you mix in the trans ideology and the military and the religious leadership, like the fucking Pope, who's actually a demon, and the New World Order and all of this, you know, there's no such thing as biology. Things get a little weird. You know, I start to go, I question things that seem a bit sus, you know. And apparently a once praised military chaplain and an LGBTQ 2A plus WXYZ champion has been suspended for reportedly making sexual groping comments that were, well, according to the Department, okay, of the National Defense, which is the DND, motherfuckers, labeled as an inappropriate comment. Oh, that's it. An inappropriate comment or request from another person. And just last year, get this, just last year, Beatrice Gale, that fat bitch who started living as a woman at 43, was honored by the Canadian Armed Forces on Transgender Day of Visibility, aka Easter. Well, yeah, that wasn't by mistake. That wasn't an accident or a coinky dink. No, they made Transgender Visibility Day, whatever the fuck it is, on Easter on purpose. It was a satanic power play. That's what that fucking was. All right? Let's go ahead and watch this man parade as a woman, mocking our military and everything anyone has ever died for. Applejack.
What's the hottest thing about being a pedophile?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Are you gonna hit it?
Yeah, way too soon, Darth.
Are you ready? It's game time. This is a big moment. If you fuck this up, if you fumble this ball, you're fired. I'm never talking to you, or I'm gonna throw you away. Like I'm gonna throw you in a swamp. where no kid will ever find you. All right, ready? Applejack. Hit it.
I wrote a poem, and the name of the poem was Suicide Note.
Medications have adverse effects, even simple medications.
In that poem, I apologized to my children, and I apologized to my wife, because I knew I couldn't live, because I'm a woman. And this is something I know that is not acceptable, and that the world will not understand, and because of this, I will likely die. I found puberty to be quite confusing. The changes that were happening with me didn't really reflect who I felt I was. I knew that I was different. I always felt more comfortable with feminine forms. So it's something I worked really hard to suppress. It's something I worked really hard to hide.
A moral obligation to murder it immediately, and since it's not alive, we don't need to feel bad about that.
I didn't let people into what I was wrestling with, but I found ways to express myself in other ways which were safe. I was really into punk music. I was a lead singer in a punk band, and part of that punk persona was wore a skirt and tights on stage. It felt like I was at home with myself in that sort of way. It wasn't until I was about 35 when I realized that this was not something that was going to go away. And by the age of 40, it had become a crisis. It was not that long ago so my wife knew at that point.
But really it seemed like this was just something that was going to be part of my private life. The level of education around gender identity and gender expression wasn't there yet. And it took me until 43 to be able to say, this is something I'm going to do. I'm going to publicly come out.
It's all in our hands, this life of time that's given to us all.
It was terrifying, and what really surprised me, but also distressed me, was how accepting so many people were.
We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans.
What the fuck?
Thank God we have some good news on the horizon. It looks like 5 middle school girls refused. Can you stop that? That's obnoxious.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm so sorry, Dad.
Now I gotta start over. 5 middle school girls refused to compete against this trans athlete in West Virginia, and there's a video of it, so it did happen. You want to watch it? You want to watch these 5 middle school teenagers refuse to compete against a man? I sure do. Applejack, play that shit. Well, apparently Scotland just joined the list of based countries, most based countries. That's right, Scotland just became the most recent country to join the team of reality. And what do I mean by that? Well, they stopped all puberty blockers for children. Period, point blank. Can we get a round of applause for this channel? I don't get enough love. As a narcissist, I demand, nay, I order thee, thy to love thee, me. That was bad. No, but good for you, Scotland. I'm really glad that you became a country of reason. Country of true morality, not corrupt morality. Not spiritually damaged, morally bankrupt morality. I mean, like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't let kids have puberty blockers. Maybe you shouldn't let kids transition. Maybe you shouldn't. You ever think about that? No, you didn't, did you? No.
We know the poorest countries and people are the most affected by climate change, and it's a problem created by the wealthiest people. And methane is a big part of the problem. It's been a major contributor to rising global temperatures since pre-industrial times. Specific microbiome compositions in livestock can actually reduce methane emissions by up to 80%. But doing that today currently requires daily interventions at enormous expense, and it just doesn't scale. But with precision microbiome editing, we have an opportunity to modify a calf's microbiome at birth, limiting that animal's impact on the climate for its entire lifetime.
Oh, wow, look at this. Big news here, breaking news. A trans student was just arrested for plans to shoot up 2 Maryland schools as a detailed 129-page manifesto reveals his plans. But maybe he was just a writer. Maybe he was just an aspiring Hollywood writer. And this was just a one-off. This was just, no one was supposed to see this. All right? This manifesto was not meant for, like, the principal. It was meant for, like a New York Times reporter or something. I don't fucking know. Like maybe he was just, here's the deal. Let's read the article. An 18-year-old female, it's a female. Color me surprised. A female, you're such a misogynist, sexist. Look, an 18-year-old female student from Rockville, Maryland, was arrested on Thursday for planning to shoot up 2 local schools. The student identifies as transgender. Now, Andrea Yee. Maybe she likes Kanye. Her last name is Yee. Y-E. Look, Kanye of Rockville, who prefers to be called Alex Yee, was arrested on Wednesday, unfortunately, on April 17th, 2024, by the Montgomery County Police Department, and that arrest follows a joint investigation by the MCPD, and the FBI of Baltimore Field, none of that shit matters. In the document, Yee, I love it, Kanye writes about committing oh my God, I need to stop. Committing. That's not my real laugh, I swear. In the document, Ye writes about committing a school shooting and strategizes about how to carry out the act. Okay, sounds like a pretty good screenplay. You seen Run, Hide, Fight? What if he was just trying to make a new Run, Hide, Fight movie? How about it, Ben?
There are a lot of people who are suggesting this is about disagreements over Israel. I mean, I can safely say it is not about disagreements over Israel.
Ye also contemplates targeting an elementary school and says that he wants to be famous. Of course he does. She does. They all do. That's why you do this, to be famous, because they've been neglected of any kind of attention or emotional connection their entire lives, and then the government just fucking shoves pills down their throats and antipsychotics when there's nothing wrong with them, and they just need a friend, and then, they want to go kill a bunch of kids, and that's just... Anyway, a search warrant obtained by MCPD led to internet searches, drawings, documents, and related threats to mass violence. Look, I don't give a fuck about any of this. Didn't I say I wasn't going to read the articles? I did say that. So why am I doing that? No.
The following manifesto was written by Ye. No relation to Kanye. Manifesto, page 1. I want to shoot up my school. I've been preparing for it for the past few months. As I sit in front of my dad's gun case and stare at the sleek black gun inside, all I can think about is my finger on the trigger, taking aim and killing people. The gun I'm speaking about is an AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle. It's the kind of gun with a long barrel and stock that you put up against your shoulder. This gun is going to change lives tomorrow. Manifesto, page 2. As I casually walk from class to class through the hallways, I cherry-pick the classrooms that are the most easiest targets. The ones that are close to an entrance and have windows in the doors. I need to figure out how I'll sneak the gun in. Maybe a duffel bag will work. I just hope the security doesn't stop me. Manifesto, page 2, continued. Though I enjoy the hunting aspect of guns, I have contemplated making bombs. The instructions to make them are surprisingly available online. I could easily build one with a pressure cooker and a remote control car. Or I could even make a chemical weapon through mixing ammonia and bleach. The problem with that is it would require a gas mask, and bombs, well, they're time consuming to build. Manifesto, page 3. I've also considered shooting up my former elementary school because little kids are just easier targets, and I run the risk of getting attacked or tackled midway through the high schoolers. I also hated elementary school. The teachers were evil. And the other students, well, they were little assholes. I always got in trouble and had to sit during recess. All the kids used to pretend to be my friends, but make fun of me to my face. It would be the perfect revenge. Page 3, continued. But if I'm being honest, the high school is the best target. I'm most familiar with the layout. I know where all the doors and windows are, and it's definitely the most convenient to enter. Truthfully, I'd rather become a serial killer than a mass shooter, because serial killers are romanticized a lot more. They get tons of love letters and Netflix documentaries about them. Mass shooters are brushed off unless they're truly unique or good looking. Not to mention how hard it would be to tell me apart from the hundreds of other Asian guys at my school in a police lineup. My school is mostly Asian and white. I live in upper middle class Rockville. It's a suburban city in Maryland where almost anyone gets to go to college. Manifestos pages 4 through 7 have been redacted. Continuing manifesto on page 8. One pace around my room like an evil mastermind. I've put so much effort into this, it has to go well. I won't even bother posting cheesy "don't go to school tomorrow if you value your life" posts for my hundreds or so Instagram followers. The last thing I want to do is get reported and SWAT teams sent to my home before I get to kill anyone. I picture all the news stories and headlines saying something like, "Deranged killer slays 17. There are no signs, says friends, family, and school teachers." Or maybe something like, "20 dead, 15 injured at Rockville school." I don't know. I plan on shooting myself once the police get there, so I'll never be able to see the news stories. I am pretty scared. What if I fail at killing myself? I live the rest of my life, like disabled, while serving a life sentence. They wouldn't even give me the death penalty. I looked it up. Maryland doesn't even have a death penalty, which, to be honest, will be preferable in my opinion. Pages 9 to 19 of the manifesto have been redacted. Continuing page 20, manifesto. Millions of people die each day of cancer, old age, drug addiction, etc., and it's no big deal. But shoot someone and suddenly everyone's all concerned. The news reports on it, the protests go out of control, gun control laws go into place, nobody can escape death in the end. Why does it matter who delivers the final blow? It would bring me a lot of joy and satisfaction to kill, so it's kind of worth it in a way. There's a newspaper announcing a new mass shooter in elementary school. The kill count isn't very high. I could probably beat it. My ultimate goal would be to set the world record for the most amount of kills in one shooting. And if I have enough time, I'll even try to decapitate my victims with a knife. You know, the survivors. And I'll turn their injuries into death. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm so glad that is over. Thank you so much for sitting through that with me. It's just a bunch of nonsense, and it's just... I mean, it fucking reads like it was written by the people who created the MKUltra program.
Oh boy, voice to skull technology. This is also in the foray of directed energy weapons. The ability to, let's just say, throw your voice into your head, or my voice into my head, or allowing algorithms that now they can blanket a whole geographical area and they can make everybody change their thoughts. If you find yourself where you have to make a decision about something, next thing you know, you catch yourself kind of having an argument in your head with your own voices. Well, the ability to add another one of your voices in there, but have it controlled by somebody else's microphone, so to say, is a very powerful tool. And I think this is a weapon of war. The Department of Defense recently started initiating protocols for their employees, their agents, to discuss Havana syndrome-like symptoms. And on that list is that their agents are hearing voices in their head, and this is what they're getting at. This is that technology. Next thing you know, you're trying to make a decision, but there's another Sean in your head that now is actually somebody else's control, and through the manipulation of that voice, they can push you in a direction by repetitive information being displayed in front of you, that they can learn your system and they can learn to manipulate it on a personalized level.
But whatever, at the end of the day, this person is behind bars and away from guns forever. So we don't got anything to worry about except for the next transgender Asian kid that wants to shoot up a school. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we cross it. Also, my apologies if anyone was triggered because I got kind of into that manifesto. I was kind of getting in character, but it was like my own character. It wasn't like, you know, like a transgender character. It was like just like a regular character. But whatever, doesn't matter. Where are my SSRIs? I need my fucking psychotic pills, my antipsychotic pills, I mean. But you want to know what does rub my dick the wrong way? Of course, this document doesn't show any motive. So all the redacted segments, I'm assuming were this person's motive. We didn't get to see any of that or read any of it, so I guess it's just up for interpretation. Who knows why this psychopath wanted to go shoot up a school? Maybe because the reason is damaging to a certain political party. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe it's damaging to the whole system. Or maybe even the Jews. Maybe it exposes the Jews. Who knows? I'm just kidding. I'm fucking kidding. Not really. Because I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but there's been an uptick with transgender criminals, school shooter, potential. I mean, people that are. I mean, real women. These real women are criminal. These homicidal women are on the rise, and that's no joke. All right, and these manifestos also are no joke. They should be taken seriously, and they should be completely available, full transparency to the public. So, you know, I don't really know what the fuck is going on with this little thing called the Freedom of Information Act, but it is kind of curious that the ideology and the emotional state that is written in these manifestos, the reasoning behind what drives someone to commit such a violent act always seems to be fucking missing from these reports. The motive is a focal point of any investigation, so it makes you wonder why the fucking police department that respects gender ideology would leave out any indication of why this person wanted to cut their fucking classmates' heads off and shoot up a bunch of little kids without their fucking predictable, generic, oh, they were bullied. It was bullying. We gotta stop the bullies. It was Hamas. It was Hamas. Hamas did this to them. They radicalized these trannies. I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny how women become more violent when they start taking male hormones. It's a little funny.
But I think we should end this entire video on a good note, on a happy note. I feel like in honor of me becoming a first-time father, I wanted to mention a very heartwarming article. This baby girl made her entrance into this world on the side of a Pennsylvania turnpike. That's right. All right, I can't leave you hanging. We're going to read more. Nick and Sarah Holmes were on their way to their midwife center when things started. You know why they went to a midwife center? Because they don't want to fucking be forced to vaccinate their fucking newborn with 50 different we're going to, there's no, you go to a midwife to avoid all that Bill Gates shit. But anyways, they were on their way to the midwife center when things started moving faster than anticipated. And Nick pulled off by the mile marker at 18.1 on the Pennsylvania Turnpike between Beaver Valley. Stop it! I'm so immature. I know. I'm immature. I know. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. Nick pulled off between Beaver Valley and Cranberry. I'm not making this up, but this is between Beaver Valley and Cranberry, a spot he usually passes on his morning commute. He had to call 911, and a former firefighter, Nick, said that his training kicked in immediately, saying, "I just jumped into action. It's just one of those things. It's hard to explain unless you're in the position." You mean like the fucking tens of thousands of years of human reproducing? It's just, you don't think it's just embedded in our DNA to figure it out when it happens? Like, I feel like that's like ancient knowledge, and it's just stored in the fabric of the universe, of our cells. We're like, okay, gotta do it. You know, you just man up and you fucking, I mean, I would not want to do that for my wife. I mean, I would, but I don't think I'm like qualified. You know, these days we have scientists. Like, I would prefer Dr. Fauci deliver my child. Yank that motherfucker right out of her pussy than me. But anyways, he said, "You'd think I'd be a nervous wreck, but you know what? At the end of the day, the game has to be played, and there was no other options at that point." There was no other options at that point. That's what I'm saying. It's like that's literally what I'm fucking saying. At the end of the day, it's like, you don't have a fucking choice. You got to make sure this baby enters this world, and it's like, it's go time, baby. It's literally go time, baby.
It's not about disagreements over Israel.
I think that's going to wrap up today's video. I got so much more I just want to bullshit about and talk about and hang out. What? No. Shut the fuck up, dude. Look, you guys have been the best. I got a lot more coming your way. A lot more coming down that drain pipe. You should stop jerking off 8 to 12 times a day. That's not good for you, especially if you're watching porn. It's really bad for you. It's really bad. Don't do that. Look, I'm gonna go. This has been so much fun. Like, more fun than I thought. Not really. All right. See you later. Oh, almost forgot. If we're going to be OG Darth, I got to be OG with it. Darth, where's your glove? There it is. All right. And with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in today's episode of This Ain't the Fucking... That was terrible. That was really bad. All right, and with that, that's going to wrap up today's episode of This Ain't the News. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of This Ain't the News. Fuck!
As a Jewish person, I don't feel safe right now.
I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, until next time, don't forget to pull out. And unless we meet again, you can have sex with whoever you want. I know I'm sabotaging the outro because I just don't give a fuck. That's fine. Or maybe I just forgot the outro because I haven't done it in so long. How did it go? And with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Until next time, don't forget to pull out. That's POO fucking L. And as always, until next time, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. Fuck yeah. That was it, right? That was it. It's been a while. It's been a while since I have seen you. It's been a while since I have fucking jerked off to a lot of dirty porn because I believe in Jesus Christ and he died for my sins. I should get the Old Testament. I don't know why I have the New Testament. Yeah, I need to get the Old Testament. Fuck this one. This is a bunch of lies. This one's a bunch of fucking bullshit. This is the New World Order Bible. Give me that Old Testament. Fuck that one. STAYDARTH. Christ is King. Dude, stop fucking... Yeah, okay, haha, I got a little light there. Yeah, okay, can you stop... Why are you doing that? Can you not do that, please? Dude, stop with the lights and shit. What are you doing? What's happening right now? Well, if you're gonna follow me. Yeah, see. This is the new studio in the works. I mean, it's the beginning stages. But we got this shit. This is like, all right. Let me get this. Like we're in the process of something great here. Okay, like we're gonna put up some green screens. We're gonna put up some cool. We're gonna do some fun shit. We're gonna have sex with 2-year-olds. I mean, don't be like that. Applejack. I've had a. I'm fucking watching you. I have to come back. I have to come back to turn off the camera. I have to turn off the camera. I know. You just cut. Applejack, just edit that out.
But I